I can tell you guys one thing. Cooling off and getting a good night's sleep before doing a recap has really paid off for me. The last thing I want to do is get on here and rant and rave and swear like I've done in the past. You see, all that does is just make me look like an idiot, and it gives all the morons out there in Cyberworld a show, and I don't want to do that anymore. But first things first, win or lose, I always do the best that I can to show good sportsmanship, and I tip my cap to Michigan State. They were ready last night. They were prepared, and they deserved to win that game. We didn't. So, good luck, Michigan State, the rest of the season. And like I said in the preview, I'm not going to hold an entire fan base accountable just because they happen to have a small handful of idiots out there on a message board somewhere. You know, I've actually come across some Michigan State fans who are decent people. So, those people I'm not going to hold responsible just because of a small handful of dumbasses on a website somewhere. It's not fair and it's not right. But anyway, getting right into things, and this is not going to be your typical run-of-the-mill preview or recap for me, because as you guys can tell from the title, I'm covering the Duke game preview in this video as well. But, you know, from what I've seen in the last, I don't know, what would it be, maybe 12, 13, 14 hours, give or take. A lot of people are throwing some blame at Van Gorder, and rightfully so, but here's the thing. There is blame to go around for this game last night. Now, don't get me wrong, people. I am proud of this team that they fought back and made this a game. And, you know, even if they were going to go down, they were going to go down with a little bit of dignity. So I'm proud of the Irish for that, but the thing is, it never should have gotten to that point. You know, Van Gorder, he deserves a lot of blame, yes, but Kelly deserves just as much, and so do the players. I mean, this was a true team loss last night. I mean, yeah, you had Brian Van Gorder calling his stupid schemes, but in addition to that, you had Kelly and his conservative, predictable play calling in the first half, and for whatever reason, he lets off the gas and doesn't kick it up again until later in the game when it was too late to even do anything. And then you got the players making some very dumb mental mistakes on the field. Stupid turnovers, missing blocks, missing coverages, missed tackles. I mean, it was a complete crap show. That's what it was. I mean, to tell you the truth, the fact that we even made it a game at the end was a freaking miracle. But I don't want to start ranting too much, because I guarantee you those guys are taking last night a lot harder than I am. But it just, it was a horrible, it was a horrible performance. I mean, despite what the score says, we got our butts kicked. Simple as that. But as far as Duke goes, and this is not your typical preview, but next week against Duke, it's just going to come down to this. Who's going to show up next week? Who's going to show up ready to play? Who's going to show up prepared? Who's going to bring their heart with them? That's all that it is. I mean, we looked dead out there, but by the time we did anything about it, it was too late. But all these guys, the players and the coaches, they've got to learn. Kelly, he's had more than enough time. I mean, I like him as our head coach, don't get me wrong, but his play calling and it didn't make any sense. You know, when you get off to a great start like that, like they did in the first quarter, why let up? Why get to this conservative play call? I mean, this run pass format. It made no sense, especially on these run plays when their defense knew it was coming. I mean, you're setting guys up to fail when you do crap like that. But just unfreaking believable. Hit the gas and don't let up. And Van Gorder, when is he going to learn? He's had more than enough time too. And I get that a lot of his players on defense are young. I get that. But they played the game before, so it's just unacceptable. So it's just a matter of where we go from here. Do we lay down and quit? Or do we, bring our hearts with us and, as my high school coach used to say, pull our heads out of our ass and actually learn from our mistakes? That's what it comes down to. So, either we quit and go home or we fight and we move ahead. So, but I know things are down because we pretty much lost our playoff chances, but and even a big a New Year's Big Six Bowl looks to be out of the option, but, or at least, percentage points are very low for it, but it's up to the players. It's up to the coaches. Do we quit or do we fight and actually bring our hearts with us? So that's all I have to say, guys. With that said, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. I'll catch you later, and even though this sucks right now, go Irish.